Welcome. Welcome to the Fuzzy Talks show. I was playing some music. I think I might have had it down pat, but I forgot to push go live. So my apologies. But hey, we're still learning. We're still in the transition game right here. And I want to introduce a new gnome that my wife made. First of all, here we go. Whoa, what do you guys think of that? Michigan gnome. She made that for my buddy, Sergeant Major James Bushway, United States Marine Corps, retired. Anyway, flag on Michigan because Harbaugh has been bad. Harbaugh has been terrible. Let me fix my lights. All right, that's a little better. Still got a little glare today, but we're getting there. So, well, they look like crosses behind me. Oh yeah, there we go. Anyway, we got some stuff happening today, and listen, I'm going to be throwing some flags. There might be a lot of whistles tonight. Lots of whistles. Lots of concerns, really. I have so many people concerned about what's going on. I mean, the way, first of all, let's just start about the way the left is treating our military. I mean, you got National Guards around the Capitol for what? You know why? Is they stole the election. And we'll get into some of that today, too. They stole the election. The only reason they need 24,000 troops is because they know they cheated, and they're doing everything they can to get away with it, and that deserves a 15-yard penalty for holding. Actually, holding's 10 yards, but who cares? These people are terrible people. They don't care about us, they don't care about me, and they don't care about you. And listen to me, if we don't stand up, I'm going to say this again. The more we are silent, scratch that. That's not the way it goes. The more you are silent, the more we are silenced. You have to start speaking your voice. You have to start telling people how you feel. You have to start doing that. And you're going to hurt people's feelings. I did that Monday. Monday's broadcast, I mean, listen. I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but teachers, professors in the colleges, 50 out of 1, 50 to 1 are liberals. Maybe 1 out of 50 have the mindset like we do. Truth. A true mindset that understands the truth. That understands, hey, if I did something wrong, I know how to handle it. I don't get offended when somebody talks to me about truth. Why? Because I either agree with it or I agree with it most of the time. Okay, I messed up. Life goes on. But I learn from it and I change. But these people, the teachers, you have to start thinking about, do you really want to send your kids to a public school where the unions make all the decisions? And now there's no truth whatsoever? Is that where you want to send your kids to? If somebody's they don't want to teach about Abraham Lincoln. They want to teach you Abraham Lincoln was a bad guy. Guess what? Abraham Lincoln started the fight to free slavery. Well, yet they're tearing down the statues. They're changing the name of the schools. These are your schools. These are your public schools, people. And then they put Black Lives Matter on their Facebook. They're for a terrorist organization, but against your children. Think about that. Let that freaking sit into your mind just for a little bit. How much they hate you and your children. They can say they don't. That's what they do. Oh, it's not really true. We really love your kids. We want them to do that. No, you don't. You don't love our kids because if you did, you'd suck it up and get your asses back to class. Oh, you hurt my feelings. It's stupid. You good teachers out there that got the mindset of reality and truth need to get out of the teachers union. And you need to freaking go focus on some good things for our children. My children are growing up, but I got grandkids that I want to see have a good life. And right now their mom is homeschooling, which is good because this public school, listen, when I was back in high school, a lot of people know We had a teacher. She's a pretty strict teacher. Her name was Miss Minton. I mean, she was strict. She was absolutely strict. And I know, she's a Democrat. She's a liberal. I can drive by her house and I see her Joe Biden signs, whatever, you know what I mean? But you know what? She taught us the truth. She taught us about the three branches of government. She taught us how to do our taxes. She taught us about U.S. history. She taught us about how, the white man overcome the Indian when the Indians were here first. And she taught us all the truths. I don't have a problem with anybody like that. What I have a problem with is the teachers today have no truth. And Monday I talked about searching right here. What is it that is blocking your soul from really seeing the truth? And Monday, I exposed my own self that there was something I did wrong that stopped me. I had to go pay the guy back, right? But sometimes it's just hate, people. Sometimes you're just a hate filled. You're hate filled. And that's the majority of it, I think. I think I hit a little spot there that you're hate-filled people. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. I can't explain to you why. Why you're like that. I mean, I got to say hi to Cindy here, man. We got somebody coming on here live. I like it. Well, but they're hate-filled people. And you really got to start thinking about, do you want to send your kids to a public school anymore? That's really the thought process you really got to start having. Because these people there's nothing right up here about their minds. Okay? They paid $30, $40, $50, $60,000 for an education. And what do I call them? Educated morons. They really are. They're educated, but they're just nothing up here. They bought into these lies. They bought into all this fictitious situation. And now you got these people putting our military people in harm. I'm getting messages that they're so afraid when their kids come out of basic training, they're going right over to the other side of the world to fight. And they might have to. But let me ask you this. I guess you're going to have to sit down and ask if you have a son in the military, if you have a son in the Marine Corps, if you have a son in the Army, Air Force, Navy, thank them very much for their service. My son was in the U.S. Marine Corps. He did a stint in Afghanistan. And so I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for your service. But this time, if you go overseas to a war with the illegitimate president that we have right now, the guy that lost, okay? The guy that freaking lost is signing executive orders like there's no tomorrow. He's becoming a dictator. If we go to war under this guy, dude, I love you, man. I love you. I love. Well, what are your kids fighting for? Really? Stop thinking about it. When we went to war, when my son went to Afghanistan and my buddy, Sergeant Major, went to Afghanistan, the reason they were fighting is because they attacked us on 9/11, and they wanted to find the guy to do it, and they wanted to destroy these people, and I'm with them. I'd lit them up. All the presidents put handcuffs on them, you know what I mean? Especially Obama. Obama's like, you can only shoot blanks at these people. Don't really hurt them. They can kill you, but you can't kill them, and you can only shoot back if the bullet grazes your head or hits your neighbor. It's such a stupid, ridiculous situation. Trump took the handcuffs off, and we defeated them in freaking months. We got leaders that are backboneless, spineless leaders in our country. They're spineless. And now we're going to have our kids going to war, and they're going to fight for what? A spineless leader? No. For God's sakes. But we got to continue to have faith. We got to continue to have hope. Now, this Republican Green, let's go to this Republican Green. First of all, let's blow a whistle on her. She had some tweets that it seems like people have problems with. She's a conspiracy theorist. Well, people think we are because you know why? We believe the election was stolen, so they call us conspiracy theorists. Okay? We're not really conspiracy theorists. We just want to know the truth. I mean, if you didn't steal the election, what do we say? Open up the damn garage door then. Show us that you didn't steal the car. But they don't want to do that. So this Green has some tweets. I don't really care. I read a few. Probably shouldn't have said it, but whatever. Don't matter. Okay. At the time she was typing them and sending them, she wasn't running for representative. Okay. So this was her own little thing. Couldn't you imagine if I ran for representative and they start pulling all these freaking podcasts out? Oh, look what he said, Fuzzy without the beard and mustache. Look what he said about teachers. Whatever. Anyway, there's 11 GOP. GOP is Republican, right? I don't know why they call them GOP. Because they're not God sent. I'll tell you that right now. They're not God. These people are not God sent. They should be DOGs, just dogs, right? Dogs. That's what we should start calling them now. They're just dogs. I got great dogs though. That's kind of that was the other thing earlier this week or last week. No, now if you call them an animal, now you're insulting the animal. That was true. I just did that. I just insulted my black labs and my yellow lab downstairs by calling them dogs. They're not even good enough to be my dog. These people are jokes. Spineless. I'm going to read your names and I'm going to blow a whistle. So here we go. Ready? Brian Fitzgerald. He's a representative from where? Pennsylvania. Right? These are Republicans now. These are not Democrats. Why do I call to Republicans? Again, let's rephrase. Again, January 6th, the Republican Party, it could have been our Declaration of Independence. They could have really stood tough for us. Okay. Would they have would have changed? I don't know, but I think I would have felt better. And I think you would have felt better if they would have fought for us, but they didn't fight. So January 7th, about 4 a.m., what happened? That was our political 9/11, right? That was our political 9/11. And the Republican Party turned their backs on us. They stabbed us in the back. And that's why I call it the Republicans, because the Democrats, we already know they're going to kill you. That's the one thing I was watching. What was that one show? God, I keep trying to think. Every time I think about this point, I forget the name of the show. But it was with Reeves. And he stabs the guy right in the throat. And he has his hand over his mouth like this. And his hand over his mouth like this as he stabs him. And he looks him right in the eye as he dies. Well, that's what the Democrat Party does. They just look in the eye as they stab you. Hey, listen, we're going to kill you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And so that's why, I don't really call them out because we know who they are. We just know who they are. That's all. So here is the Republicans that went against this Representative Green. Brian Fitzgerald from Pennsylvania. Mario Diaz Delart from Florida. Carlos Gimenez from Florida. Maria Salazar from Florida. That's three representatives from Florida. What's going on down in Florida? John Wick. Yes, somebody just typed that in. John Wick. That's the name of the show. Yeah, they just look at, he killed the guy with a hand over the mouth, and he's staring him right in the eye. Well, that's what the Democrats do. They don't care about you. The Republicans hug you, thank you for the vote, and then stab you in the spine. So 3 of them from Florida. Check this out. Now you got a few from New York. You got 3 from New York. You got John Katko from New York. Nicole Malatasi, however you say it. I really don't care how I pronounce their names because they're all jelly bellies, weak-spined, freaking coward of the counties. So if I say their name wrong, that's what the one lady Monday called out. Well, you babble and you can't pronounce things. Well, most of the time I don't care. To be honest with you, I just don't care. If I pronounce it wrong, sometimes I do it on purpose, just because. That's who I am. Sometimes, and then they had Chris Jacobs from New York. So 3 New York people, 3 Florida people, okay? 1 Pennsylvania, that was Brian Fitzgerald. Now you got Young Kun from California. It might sound a little prejudiced, but he's not. I mean, then you got Adam Kinzinger. We said him before. We mentioned his name. Freaking just weak, right? He's from Illinois. Chris Smith from New Jersey. And our favorite dude in Michigan, Fred Upton. What a freaking joke. Fred Upton, we got to run against that guy. These people, if there was a 30-yard penalty, maybe I do. Oh, wait a minute. Personal unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards, and then another 15 yards on sportsmanlike conduct, 30 yards because Fred Upton's name's on here again. That guy's a joke. Whoever's down there in his freaking district, we got to find out where his district is. He's got to be done. He's a joke. Of course, they're all a joke, but this guy and Adam Kinzinger, how many times I mentioned their names? This is like my first podcast. I've mentioned their names 19 times. I mean, it's just bad. Just bad. These people are terrible. Terrible. So that's 11 of them that went against Green, Representative Green. But check this out now. Now you got Liz Cheney, right? Now you got Liz Cheney, a Republican from, I can't even remember where. I don't even know. I'm somewhere over in the Northwest. I can't remember where she, but nobody calls her out. Nobody. Not one Republican come against her. I mean, it's such a one-sided thing that's taking place in our life right now. I hope you guys are all paying attention. Even some of you smart. And I'm going to call out. Actually, I'm going to call out an acquaintance of mine because he's a Democrat and he shared some stuff on Facebook. And I'm going to call this dude out a little bit. But you got to see the truth. You have to see the truth. So none of them against Liz Cheney, right? But they're all against frickin', this Green lady. I mean, well, the Green lady's brand new. This is her first year. So let me move down now. I'm going to move to the next. So did we throw a foul? That's a technical foul. This is what we do in basketball. We go. It's whenever we call it technical. That's what we're calling on these 11 segments. A technical. They're jokes. They're jokes. Somebody please run against these people. You people down in Florida, my buddy Mike down in Florida, get these people out for God's sakes. Get them out. They got to get out. Right? Now, on to the next section of today's topic, which today's going to be a little longer because there's a lot of stuff happening. I haven't even got to the Mike Lindell thing yet. And it's 18 minutes in. I got to get to Mike Lindell. This is huge. First, I was watching the Chris Saldeo show. And Jordan Secklaw, he's actually attorney for President Trump, right? I'm going to call a foul on him. Jordan, you know what he said? He said, I think there's a lot of good Republicans out there. Dumbass of the Year award right there. I mean, if you think there's a lot of good Republicans, Dumbass of the Year award. There's very few. Now, I got to give Chris Saldeo a first down. Why? Because he called him out right away. He's like, I don't know very many good Republicans. I know a few, but not very many good. First down for Chris Saldeo for standing up and what we've been talking about. Call these people out for God's sakes. Catch them in their freaking lies. Catch them in their freaking thought process. Catch them and freaking, let them know. No, we're not taking this crap no more. Got to say hello to Dave. David Stanley. Anyway, he just got a new heart. This is awesome stuff. So David Stanley Jr., man, he had a bad heart. He had to carry a bag. And, one time he's like, one of his cousins used to play in the NBA, and I can't remember his name right off the bat. But he's like, hey, you want to go out west hunting? We're going to go with my cousin. And, you just got to, help me out here? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. But in the back of your mind, you're like, I don't know if I'm kind of scared. I mean, that's a guy's heart, man. I didn't want to. I said, hell, Dave. I should say hello. Oh man, I said hello. He'll get it. They will get it. In the back of your mind, like, man, I don't want to mess up, that kind of stuff. But he got a new heart this week. Man, he called me on the phone. He just talks fired up, man. He's talking like a whole new life. He's like, hey, I got some ideas. This is what I'd like to do. Man, what a great story. Brand new heart. Things are looking good. Heart's kicking. Congratulations, Mr. Stanley Jr., man. It's like, it's beautiful, man. It was like, I've been watching the Facebook, and his wife would post stuff, and I just hit like. I don't say a whole lot all the time, but congratulations. So anyway, Chris O'Deo, first down for you. First down for calling a guy. And that's what he said. He's like, I don't know very many good Republicans. I know a few, but not very many. Well, Jordan Ciclo. Oh, there's a lot of good Republicans. No, there isn't, man, dude. Dumbass of the Year award is what he gets, right? Now we got to give a handout to Lieutenant Colonel Robinson, Lieutenant Governor Robinson, WRAL. Showed a cartoon of a black man with a KKK because he's a Republican, because he voted for Trump. And Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson called him out. He really said, is this who you are? WRAL? Is this, and he's showing him the cartoon and stuff. So first down for Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. And I did not write down the state he was in, so I apologize for that. But one of those things, But they're calling people out. I'm watching these people slowly start calling people out. We've been calling them out for, this is my first podcast, but we've been calling them out. Now we got other people calling them out. And I'm going to pat myself on the back, but I don't really think it's me because I really believe ain't none of these people seen my freaking podcast. But hey, we'll give a hello to Fuzzy Talks. Now here's what I'm going to call out. I'm going to call out my buddy and my acquaintance, Mr. Jeffrey Sandman. Love you to death. But the YouTube you showed with U.S. Senator Sassy from Nebraska, that dude is lost. Okay? That dude is coming out, oh, Trump's lying. No, Trump isn't lying. And if he is lying, open the garage door, Mr. Sassy. Prove to us he's lying. Show us. We have all these facts. You realize we have thousands of sworn affidavits of people that seen things go bad on November 3rd, and you still want to tell us he's lying? No. Technical foul on Jeffrey Sandman for even believing this. I know deep down in your heart, you got some truth in you. See, I know you got enough truth in you to understand what's taking place. Just look at what's going on in America right now. Look at the executive orders that's going on. Look at the changes that's going on. The freaking immigrants that are pouring in. You guys can't even see the freaking truth yet. 15 yards for holding, face masking. You face masked me is what he did. I keep saying holding. I don't know why holding's on the mind, but come on, man. Joe Biden would say that. That's your favorite saying, ain't it? Come on, man. Look at the truth. And this Senator Sassy from Nebraska, emptiness. He's empty. He's empty in the mind. He's empty in the heart. He has no truth in his life right now. Hate is what's filled in here. And you know what he said? So I'm listening to this Sassy guy. Well, I was listening to what he shared. And Sassy's like, well, if it was a Democratic president that said this, everybody would be blah, blah, blah. No, if it was a Democrat president said it, you would hide it. You would not tell us the truth. You would freaking twist the words. Just like you're doing for Donald Trump, the president of the United States. He said, I know you're all going to peacefully march down there. What is that? Is that freaking code language for kicking your ass? I don't know what that was. But your people are the people that cause riots. You're the ones that won't freaking face Black Lives Matters. You're the ones that won't face Antifa. Don't come after us no more, Senator Sassy. You are done. You people in Nebraska, you gotta call this guy out. He's gotta be done. He's out. Vote for a freaking Democrat for all I care. This guy's a loser. Senator Sassy of Nebraska. Face mask gang, 15 yards. And Jeff Sandman, come on, buddy. Get it right. Feel in your heart, dude. Most of you people, I don't know about you guys, but I could tell in my heart. You know, people get on me, they'll be like, oh, you shared some on Facebook, wasn't true. Well, I knew it wasn't true, but it was just funny for some reason. It caught my attention, it was funny. You can feel it here. God, if you got some truth in your life, you can feel even the simplest of Facebook post if it's true. I mean, just, you can feel it. And I'm telling you what I'm feeling right now. The election was stolen. And I even know more is stolen because now I'm going to get into Mike Lindell. I don't even know what I did with his freaking notes. I'm going to get into the Mike Lindell that took place today that was showing us all these proofs. They're showing us all these proofs. Yeah, Chris Kaman, that's right, Kanman. Chris Kaman used to play in the NBA. 7-foot monster, right? I have never met him personally, but Dave Jr. is going to institute. That's awesome stuff. Anyway, Dave's going to start selling cars. Dave Stanley, he's going to start selling cars. He's going to start a car lot in Mesick. There's my advertisement today. Good used cars for Dave. So it's perfect. So here we are. So think about this for a minute. Let me. So Twitter, all right? So Twitter cancels Trump Twitter account, right? Okay, you know what I mean? They didn't see Twitter don't like the truth. I just found out today that Twitter, Facebook, all these people are really actually being run by Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, and they're just doing whatever they say. Why? Because the tax. It's all about money, people. Don't forget, it's about money. It's all about money, right? It really is. It's just about cash. You know, how much you're going to give me to shut up? Blah blah blah. So not only did they cancel Trump's Twitter account, they canceled Mike Lindell's Twitter account. And then they canceled his My Pillow account. It's a business. I'm pretty sure my business, my Pillow account doesn't talk much politics. So why'd they cancel that? I don't know, but they did. They canceled them both. Not only did they cancel Fuzzy Talks Twitter's account, who am I? Freaking nobody, but I like it, you know. My wife's like, you just like you're getting attention. I am. I'm getting a little bit of attention. Now I cancel. Guess what? Who they canceled? The Catholic Church Twitter account. So I'm just watching it today, and the Catholic Church was calling out Joe Biden about some of his non-Catholic beliefs. They canceled their account. So the Catholic Church gets a Twitter account pulled. Does that wake up any of you Democrats out there? Does that wake up any hard left liberals at all that, dude, our freaking freedom of speech is being taken away even from the Catholic Church? I mean, it's crazy. Now, they are signing the bill for, you know, the COVID relief plans. Everybody's going to get another $1,400, another 14 trillion going to across the seas. It's not 14 trillion. I'm just exaggerating, but more money going across seas and staying here again. Oh, guess what? For all you Biden fans, just so you remember, that $15 an hour he wanted to make, minimum wage, oh, that's off the books. We can't really do that right now because whatever the reason is. So he laid an egg on your hopes again, which helps small businesses, by the way, because us small businesses, we can't always afford to pay somebody $15 an hour. And, well, we could if you're more than willing to pay me $15 for a hamburger. Then I can pay $15 an hour. How's that? Is that a good change? No, you'll never come to the restaurant. You'll never come to the wherever to get hamburger because you got to pay $15. But you're more than happy making sure it's $15 as the minimum wage. You guys are idiots. The more I talk about school teachers and, you know, professors, I gotta stop talking about it. They're just 99% of them are no good. Absolutely no good. And the 99% I'm talking about are probably Black Lives Matter fans. So just so you know, they're all for terrorist organizations, but against you and your children. And I know I circled all the way back around, but I had to say it again. So now, Mike Lindell, I don't know if you guys seen the whole situation that come out today, but this dude has absolute proof of what took place. They were able to get their hands. They started with Antrim County. Everybody heard about Antrim County, where they had to recount the very next day. Well, there was, and my numbers might be off a little bit, so I know there's some people just waiting for me, but they make a mistake. So they can say, oh, it wasn't freaking that, it was this, you know. So the numbers here and take. But there was like 16,000 voters in Antrim County, okay? 5,000 of some went to Trump. 7,200 were switched from Trump to Biden. That's 13,000 out of 16, give or take a little bit, went to Trump. So they took Mike Lindell, using his own money, by the way. He's from My Pillow, so if you're going to buy a pillow or a mattress cover or whatever, make sure you buy from Mike Lindell, because they cut him all off. They're trying to fricking squeeze him, okay? Why? Because he's looking for the truth. That's what takes place. We found that out Monday. I call out school teachers, and they attack me. I'm turning you in for hate speech because I don't even know why. They do. You tell the truth, they're after you. So Mike Lindell and My Pillow, so if you got to buy something. So he has all his investigators, and they use the same system, and these other ballots that they use in Antrim, and they matched up 100%. They got the sequence to where the votes are being changed in midstream. The reason, check this out now, the reason they had to stop counting at 11:30 in the evening on November 3rd is because Donald Trump got so many votes that the machines couldn't fricking adjust them fast enough. Donald Trump fricking got 80 plus million votes and they couldn't fricking adjust them. They never expected it. That's what took place. And now they got all this stuff. Every time they got the dates too, people. They got the timeline. When that freaking 200,000 votes that Trump lost and then Biden got here in Michigan, it's on this timeline. It shows the exact time of when Trump's went down and Biden's went up. Oh man, they got some good stuff. You know what I did is all I did was share. I was watching live, or I think it was live on TV, and I was just watching. So I shared it on Facebook, and Facebook sends me they blocked it because it's false information, is what they said. False information. Well, dude, I'm just watching live on TV. I don't know what you're talking about. So Facebook blocks me for false advertisement, and my buddy says, hey, look what I got. Same video. Facebook blocks him and it says sexual content. These people are they're so full of hate and lies. Think about that for a minute. Facebook blocks me because of false content, but the same video blocks somebody else because of sexual content. Well, there wasn't any sexual content, I can tell you that whatsoever, because I think there was 400 plus people watching as far as I could see, and it was on OAN, and you need to watch it because this is truth, people. This is truth. And we are on a timing plan that is going to blow America's hair back right now. I'm going to grab a hold. I've been trying to hold faith. I had somebody send me a message today. He's like, man, I really want to believe, but it's hard. It is hard to believe. I understand that. I understand as we watch people continually say stuff, it is hard to believe. But it's going to happen. You know, when we watch all our movies, think about this for a minute. All of the movies in Hollywood, the bad guy never gets away, man. The bad guy never gets away. He might look like he's going to get away. He might look like it. But then the superhero comes in and takes care of business. And we got a superhero. His name is Jesus of Nazareth. And his timing is going to be perfect. And I'm believing in that. And I'm grabbing a hold of that. And there's no way in my heart, I cannot believe that corruption's getting away with this much. There's so much corruption. It's into our school systems. God, I don't know if I can ever say it enough how much our school systems, our teachers, our professors, they freaking corrupt our children. They corrupt them with lies. I don't even know if I can say that hard enough. I mean, is there enough hardness in my life to even say it that hard? But that's what they do. And again, I wish there was a way we could say, listen, this tax money I pay for public schools, you're not getting it no more. My money's going to the private school, or my money's going to the home school, wherever it is, because the public school system is broken. That's why they're so mad at Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos is trying to get, school of choice. Why does she want a school of choice? Because you public teachers, 99%, lie to our kids. You have no concern about our kids. You pretend you do, but you don't. Because if you did, you would tell the truth. Now I heard that Newsom's going to be out on a, he's got a 17% chance of winning, because they're trying to oust him. I don't blame him. The guy's a freaking idiot. There's another one. Newsom. Actually, I'm going to say Catholic Church. First down on the Catholic Church for standing strong about their stance and being booted up Twitter. And we got to love that. The other thing to talk now, so we got all this tax money. I got one more thing, and then I'm going to go because it's been a long time, but we got one more thing. The taxes, right? They're starting to add all this stuff up. They want the taxpayers to pay all this money. They really do. They're killing our oil. Oh, what are we going to do with the $62 billion in wages that he's already cut with it? Sign a pin right here. I got an ink pen somewhere. It's like, oh, right here. I'm going to sign my name, and you just lost $62 billion in wages. It's Joe Biden. Million freaking jobs. So now they got all this. Now they got increased taxes to pay for all this stuff. Now they're talking about giving kids, when you're born, $1,000 into a savings account and giving you $2,000 a year till you're 18 years old, so that you can start off on the same foot as Al Gore or whatever the other dude's name is. I can't remember his name. I got to look it up. I hate the guy. We all hate him. He used to be the Secretary of State for, Biden. And he's not no more, but whatever his name is. John somebody, right? John Kerry. That's it. John Kerry. Let's blow a whistle on him. People like him deserve private planes. That's what he said. These are for people like me. Whatever. Anyway, now they're trying to raise taxes to pay for all this stuff. Okay, so they interviewed Mark Cuban, who owns the Denver Nuggets, right? The basketball team. Mark Cuban, you see him on Shark Tank or whatever. Lots of money. Loaded. Good for him. I'm glad. I don't really care. Someday, maybe Fuzzy Talk will take off and, I'll make my $100 a week. But he's got some money, so they're interviewing him, and this is a while back, and he's like, yeah, if the taxes are higher, I'd pay more taxes. Well, just pay them. You don't have to make all. Here's the thing is, if you want to pay more taxes, Mark Cuban, don't take the deductions. There's nothing in the law says you have to take deductions. So if you make $10 billion and you want to pay taxes on $10 billion, there's no law says you can't. But no, you don't. You take all the deductions and then you pay taxes on, well, maybe 150,000 out of the 10 billion, because there's a lot of deductions that you and your friends in the Democratic Party made, and now they're blaming other people. No, you guys are freaking idiots. Mark Cuban, nothing here. You got a lot here, nothing here. Nothing here. That's a 10-yard penalty on the Denver Nuggets. I'm not going to watch any of their games. You're out for the rest of the year. Denver Nuggets, out. So that is today. So the good news, of course, is Chris Saldeo calling Jordan out. No, I don't know if there are many good Republicans. I know a few, but not very. That is a first down for Chris and Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson calling out WRAL because they did that cartoon, a black man and the KKK. These people, that's who we're dealing with, man. That's who we're dealing with. And we got to continue to fight. We got to continue to fight. We got to continue to fight. And I'm Jim Frizzell with Fuzzy Talks. Over now.